just catches the top corner of the goalpost. Not a million miles away there from Faris Ramli. Safwan was trying to sneak in round the back, but if that had just dipped another half yard, that was in the real top corner. As it hit, it's hit the woodwork. Wow. Again, this has turned out to be. Headed forwards and headed on. It's actually more amazing than anything. The 21st of March, it's only 19 days that Matt Ross has been in charge of this Nepal side. What a start to his tenure it would be. They've got to defend here though. Ilhan's in the box. Kieran drills it away. Shah heads it back in. Kieran this time with a double fist away.
Oh no!
Hammy throws it in. Roll it there away. Not far enough. Harris couldn't control it. Shah lets it go for line attack. Hammy. Oh, nice bit of skill from him. Hammy delivers a decent ball. It's flicked on. But it's flicked on by a defender. And it's out for a goal. Some real drama right at the end here of this international friendly. Hammy trying to create the yard and throws it in. Jordan almost on the end of it, but Ananta just glances into safety. Corner fired in deep. Lionel Tant with the header. There are bodies in there. Harris is there. So was Ilhan. No one could get on the end of it. And in the end, that's good communication from the goalkeeper, who comes sliding out to claim it. And he's now urging his team up the field of play. There's that header back. The red shirts there, you can see Ilhan and Harris. Winning that header. Shah doing what's necessary just to mop things up a little bit. A little flick on from Safwan. Ilhan was the target, but there's a blue shirt there in Ananta, and he clears his lines. Foul from Harris. They'll take their time, that's for sure. The question is will I just fire this into the corner? No, I'm not happy that it was, felt it should have been 5 yards further back. Manta just playing it into the corner. Nice touch there from Ayush. Good defending from Jordan. Line up with a nice ball forwards. Harris Stewart looking to drive. Just plays the ball slightly behind Van Hoosen, who has to check back. Almost 6 minutes of the 7 is done. Ilhan with a header. It's just dropped into the middle of the park though and just launched away. It's a one-on-one situation here. And Shah had to get that right, and he did. 3 blue shirts pushing on. There's the experience of Harris finding Ismail Mahmoud. Punch forwards from him. Football from Safwan. Faris Ramli. Faris for the curler. Jordan wins that one. Faris Ramli into the final minute. Hammy. 2 players going for the ball. Rohit not once but twice, and then just launched away from Bimal Kande. He was a sub earlier. 30 seconds. Right up the field of play. He pings one in. Safwan with a header. A little loop back across. And what a defensive clearance that was from Abhishek. It needed to be as well. Van Hoosen digs one out. Decent ball. Again, Abhishek there. Van Hoosen. Cool, calm and collected. Not one back from Harry Starr. Nearly at the last chance saloon. Lionel Tan throws one in. Just launched away again. He's won the header as well, and this could spell danger. Where is one of our buddies? What a challenge. What a challenge that was. Fires one into the box. Flag's gone off for offside. Well, that was brilliant from Israel Marbot as the referee blows the final whistle and says that will do. What a result that is for Nepal. Wow, that is going to hurt. Singapore dominated with possession of the ball. They dictated the way that the game should have been played. But they've been hit with a counter-attack and a sucker punch from Gillespie Kaki with just 12 minutes on the clock. But what a performance and the way that they've managed to hang on here. There's the hit of the hour. Came off during that second half after about 70 minutes, but it's been a real solid performance from Nepal defensively. But what does Singapore do now here? Singapore go up against Hong Kong, China. Next week on Tuesday in the qualifiers of the AFC Asian Cup. But tonight, in tonight's friendly, it's finished Singapore 0, Nepal 1. Well, they can take the plaudits tonight. The players, they're going over to thank the fans, Nepalese fans that have come out to support their national team tonight. And what a performance it's been. Defensively stout, very, very solid. Matt Ross, 19 days into the job, first game as an international coach, 3 points. Singapore will be licking their wounds. Didn't really create massive amounts of opportunities, and they will be bitterly disappointed. Sutomo Agora has a lot of work to do before next week on Tuesday when they take on Ashley Westwood's Hong Kong China side in what is going to be a real intriguing game. Sorted themselves out defensively, did Nepal, and basically urged Singapore to come after them. They did, got caught on the counter-attack, and that was that.
Welcome back to Singapore, and I'm sure you have played in Singapore ground before, and coming back today, what do you feel about today's match?
Yeah, of course, it's always a special feeling being back here. After all, this is like my home country to me. So yeah, overall, the guys played well. Thanks to the guys, we worked hard for this. I think we deserve this win. Yeah.
And of course, today you're going to play with your childhood friend, right?
Yeah.
Nohan, and what do you think about the performance?
Yeah, it's like the good old days, man. Academy days, we used to play together, train together. I think it's always a good feeling to be back together with friends.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And then we'll do that with the interview. Very nice, of course. Been friends with Ilhan, growing up together with him here in Singapore, now representing his national team, and you can see what it means to the fans over there. And you can see what it means to the players as well. They are enjoying themselves tonight, and they've earned it, and they deserve it. Singapore lacklustre in the final third. It has to be said. That was the issue, that was the problem. But that's what it means to people. That's what football's all about. The fans, and they are enjoying it. Very much getting into the spirit of things, Matt Ross. Oh, what a night for them. As mentioned, back-to-back wins. Just not happen that often for Nepal. But a gritty performance tonight. One wondered which way this game was going to go, and you thought that it was going to be Singapore, the way that they dominated and dictated the amount of possession they had in that first half. That was early doors when it was Ryan Stewart whipping this ball in straight into the hands of Kieran Chenjong. That was basically all they could muster in that opening 10 minutes or so. But the goal came against the run of play. Some fantastic work down that right-hand side by Manish Dangi, putting it on a plate for the man of the moment, Gillespie Karki. He scores in back-to-back games, and the defence was all over the place there for Singapore. Poor marking, poor defending, and that is the only shot that Nepal had in the game on target, and it hit the back of the net. You can see what it means as well. Singapore did push and try and get in. This was the best opportunity. Ryan Stewart trying to go for goal. Tried to outfox Kieran Chenjong, but the veteran keeper, who's 34 years old, might be a free agent at the moment. Might get a club after his performance tonight. He was the man that stifled him. Ryan Stewart again involved in a wide area, trying to whip that one into the box, easily picked off again by the keeper. Simple catch by him. And they went close again, didn't they, Nepal? Sanish it was from range. After a good block in the end from Shah Shadid, early doors. Simple. His behalf. Singapore in the second half came out with a little bit more gusto and came out with a little bit more enterprise. However, they still just couldn't find that cutting edge. That's what's let them down tonight in the final third, and almost getting on the end of something. Okan Limbu, who we just heard from in that interview, just couldn't find a desired touch. Fanis Ramli came on and looked lively. You do feel that the coach, Sutomo Ogura, maybe resting a few players and saving them for next week against Hong Kong when it matters, which is the qualifying games. Ilhan came on and caused problems. Fanis Ramli should have scored when he was in behind there, but couldn't get enough on the ball. Great save in the end, again from Kieran Chenjong. So it wouldn't have counted anyway. Then another fantastic opportunity. Hamish Stewart couldn't find the back of the net. Lovely first touch from Hamish Shane, just cushioning that ball into the path of Stewart. The finish just wasn't there. Faris Ramli hit the apex of the woodwork. Just wouldn't sit for him, wouldn't come back down. Nice effort though, trying to whip it into that top corner. Just a little bit too heavy on that occasion. Right at the death is Mahmoud. Throw one forwards. The flag had gone for offside, and that was going to be that. The referee had seen enough. We'd played nearly 8 minutes of time added up, and it's a famous victory for Nepal in Singapore. Singapore are going to have to dust themselves down very quickly though.
The pace is really quick, and do you think it's a matter of regrouping?
The 2027 AFC Asian Cup next week against Hong Kong. It's finished here in Singapore. Singapore 0, Nepal 1.